Ahme Bovee here. This is the Bovee Podcast, Sisters Edition. Across from me is my beautiful sister, Caitlin Bovee. She is an entrepreneur and Pilates powerhouse in Canada. It is my honor to be with you today. We are in Knoxville, Tennessee, because we were just at a boutique business mastermind group, and we're super charged up to share all our insights and ideas with you guys. Welcome, Caitlin.
Thank you. And this, of course, is my sister, Ahme Bovee, an inspiration to me, a Pilates, again, I'm going to say guru, but I shouldn't say this same word, multiple studio owner. She has created her own Pilates brand, and she is a master instructor who teaches Pilates and her own version of Pilates, which is really remarkable. So Ahme, thank you for joining me today.
I love it. Yeah. So we wanted to talk to you guys today about if you hate fitness or you've had a bad fitness experience, that it's not necessarily you. It might be the way it's being taught.
Definitely. So it's a big one because a lot of people, they don't like to move. And really the first thing our bodies need is movement. And movement is when you look at a little kid, right? A little kid is jumping around, moving all the time. But at some point in our lives, we lose that. Or some of us lose that. And I think a lot of it has to do with there's barriers, and if people are looking for fitness or looking to do a movement and they don't respond to it, they don't feel like it's meant for them. And I think, like you said, a lot of the time, it's not that it's not meant for them or that modality, but you have to look at how something is being taught.
Yeah. Sometimes it's framed in a way that creates a negative experience. And you're blamed and you're shamed and you're not working hard enough and you're wondering, why does this hurt me when it's supposed to be good for me? And then you give up on fitness altogether. So one of the things about the Bovee way, which is a style of Pilates training that I've developed, is one of the founding principles is we use positive psychology. And you would think that every fitness person out there would use positive psychology. I would think they do, but actually they don't. There's a lot of negative self-talk. There's a lot of that blame and shame going on. And so that you end up feeling worse about yourself afterwards because you don't measure up or something like that. So with positive body psychology is really about at the end of your workout and even throughout your workout, loving and appreciating your body. Discovering that you were always meant for movement and developing that really positive relationship with your body and motion. Whether you're looking to be an athlete that's going to perform at the Olympics or you just want to garden in your backyard and your back doesn't hurt. So
one of the things, right, is if we stop moving, there's pain.
Yeah.
And if, move it or lose it, that's actually really true. So being able to approach movement in a very positive way. One of the taglines that we have at our studio is, I want people to fall in love with movement. Fall in love with it because it is. We should have a love affair with moving. It should feel great. And what you're talking about, how a teacher talks about movement, what the words they use when they're cueing you, that is going to change how you feel. And one of the things that I talk about a lot when I'm doing teacher training is that I'm going to say it again, we don't use the word don't. When we're teaching. Because when you use the word don't, people don't really hear that word. They hear what you're saying after that. And how do you describe something? How do you ask someone to move in their body in a positive way where they feel empowered? And it's language that is very intentional.
It is. As Pilates instructors, the words that we use carry power, and you can shift an entire workout with the choice of one word over another. And as when we're teaching, it's the participants don't even necessarily know that it's subliminal, but it can change the trajectory of that workout, how you feel about yourself, and all of that. So, one of the concepts I talk about when I'm doing teacher training for the Bovee way is not to compare yourself with others and to understand that your anatomy is different than others. So I like to think of a tree. So imagine a tree standing in the middle of a beautiful park in the city center where the ground is flat, the tree trunk is straight, the canopy is perfectly symmetrical. And that's a beautiful tree. We'd all stand back, take a picture of it. Maybe our family photos are in front of that tree. That is the typical textbook alignment in the body and balance in the body when we study the anatomy and biomechanics of the human body. Very functional tree, very happy tree. It's thriving.
Yeah.
But I also want you to picture a tree that is on a rock face cliff. And now in Michigan, I live in Michigan, in northern Michigan, in the UP, there's an area called Pictured Rocks. Beautiful rock faces that have all these beautiful colors on them. And my husband and I went up there a few years ago, and we were kayaking and looking up over the cliff edge. And you can picture this right now in your head, right? Whether you've been to Pictured Rocks or if you've been to another where there's water, then a cliff. So picture this with me. You're looking up on that cliff's edge, and on a tiny little crack, there's a little bit of soil, and a seed has landed, and the roots of that seed have grown into the crack, and this beautiful tree that's hanging out over the cliff edge, and it looks like a bonsai tree. It's perfectly balanced and poised on that cliff edge, and it's beautiful. It's functional, it's thriving, but it's not symmetrical. And here's an analogy. So I'm painting a picture of two beautiful trees. Mm-hmm. These could be two beautiful bodies. We are each different. Some of us are growing in the middle of a park in the city. Others of us are growing on a cliff edge, right? Yes. And both of those are beautiful and functional. So it's when we start comparing ourselves to someone else and trying to be something we're not, that we get that dysfunction. When we start to appreciate and love ourselves for who we are and how we were meant to grow and be in this world, that's when then this is positive psychology. This is how you can understand the relationship to your own body and movement and not necessarily be comparing it to someone you saw on Instagram or TikTok or in class next to you, and where you can be empowered to truly be the strongest, most vibrant version of yourself.
And that's ultimately what we want everyone who comes into our studio to feel.
That's right.
To be uniquely them.
And empowered in their version of empowered. Not mine, not yours, not their neighbors.
Excellent. And with that, that's how we close it up.
Yeah.
So to learn more about us and our brands, look down at the link below or the comments. Thanks for joining us.